What's up everyone? Welcome back to our 2025 Panigale V4 build series, and today we'll be swapping out the windscreen for a tinted windscreen, and we're going to be swapping out the rear plate holder here for a block off. This is the Ducati tinted windscreen right here. It's $240. Yes, $240 for a piece of plastic. Maybe you might want to go WRS. I just wanted to keep everything Ducati, but this looks pretty good. I think it's about a ½ inch taller than stock. We'll see, and then we'll see if there's any weight savings too. As for the block off plate, comes in a nice little box. See right there, there's the part number. And it comes with the block off itself, which is plastic, and it comes with a bunch of plugs so your bike doesn't freak out that you don't have any turn signals plugged in. Now this is $61 and again does not include any turn signals, so this is a pure block off. I'm waiting for another option to come out. Hopefully it'll be out this month where I can swap it out for this, but for right now this looks better than that big plastic thing with a plate hanging off of it. All right, so we'll start here with the easy part. These are number 4s, all hex. Oops, wrong one. I want to start here actually. Probably get these hard to reach ones out first. Then you get the easy to reach ones. Then it's just a matter of getting these out. These are the connections there for your turn signals. All right, time to check out the weight savings here. Get your trusty scale on here. That is not even 1 ounce. 0.7 of 1 ounce. And this tail is almost 2 pounds. So we are saving basically almost 2 pounds off the bike right there, just for removing the stock plate holder. All right, now all we have to do is stick the plugs in here. Really easy. And I'm pretty sure these kind of clamp up in here. You can see how it actually has little holsters for the wiring right there. You can push everything up, makes everything nice and flat. Now all we have to do is install it. Oops, put it in the wrong way. There you go. That's the right way. That's a really easy install. And you just use the provided hardware. After you get them in there, a little bit snug, go ahead and tighten these things down. Doesn't need to be crazy tight. It's plastic going into plastic. That's it. And that's it, it's all wrapped up, and you can see that looks much nicer than the plate sitting there. Now it's just a gorgeous tail. Now I know NRC makes a tail tidy already, and Futurist Moto is coming out with one. I'm gonna try them both. But for right now, this looks so much better than that stock plate holder. All right, now it's time to get this windscreen changed out. First thing we're gonna have to do here is remove these 2 panels. So to remove these side panels, you have to remove this number 3 right here, and this number 3 right here. You gotta do that on both sides. I'm going to pull this out. You have to pull out from here. Kind of starts pulling out like that. It goes forward and backward, and it pulls out just like that. All right, so to remove the fairing here on the top here, I believe we're going to have to remove this bolt right here, this one, and then this one as well. And I think on both sides, and then if we pop off the front, I believe this is just a grommet, like a plastic push grommet right here. You pull the whole front off. I believe that's what happens. I looked at the instructions. The instructions literally just say, refer to the shop manual to remove your front fairing. And I've removed the entire fairing before to get the wings on, but I've never just removed the top fairing before, so I'm gonna try this out. This top one's number 4 here. This one's gonna be a number 4, and the one to the left in the red is gonna be number 3, all hex. Now, if you guys can see it, but way back in there, there's a push grommet that goes for both sides, and there's one at the very nose of the bike here. All those have to pull out, so let me just see what I can do here. There we go, very gentle, it pulls out, and then in the nose, there we go, pulls right out. So you see right here, there's one of the grommets, there's the other grommet, and there's this grommet. I'm gonna grease all these grommets a little bit when I put this all back in. Now while you have this off, this is a great opportunity to clean right here in the headlights if you're OCD like I am, which I'm going to do right now. So now I have to pull out all these bolts here around the windscreen that look very cool when you're walking around the bike, but actually finding a tool for, yeah, this is a T7. Let's see if I can even get focus on how small this is. A T7 right there, T7 right here, it's a Torx. And yeah, it's the only thing that's going to pull these out. It's going to be really monotonous to pull this out. So it looks like when I unscrew these, this centerpiece or the plastic piece under here will fall out because it's underneath all this. You see it right there. I wish they made this in carbon. I'd do it right now. Probably have to do it later. And that's it. So I'm gonna pull these bolts out right now. All right, we got it all separated here. Here's the plastic piece that goes to the very bottom of everything. Got the fairing, and then we got the windscreen. Now the windscreen has these as backers to those bolts, and they are disposable because they give you brand new ones with the windscreen, the Ducati, and they give you new plastic washers. The plastic washers go on top of the windscreen to separate it, or at least not damage the painted parts, even though it looks kind of hacked up to me, even with those washers. So make sure you use those washers. Now I recorded the stock one, but for some reason it didn't keep the recording, so shame on me. Let's go ahead and see what the stock one weighs here. Almost 14 ounces. So that means this is 6 ounces more. So we're saving 6 ounces by just switching to the aftermarket one. Now that we're in here, again, try to clean this. If there's any dust on it whatsoever, just clean it off. You're gonna have to clean the inside of the new windscreen. At least I'd recommend it before you put it in there. Make sure you're doing it with gloves so you're not handling anything with fingerprints. And I probably turn this upside down on a towel. I'll show you guys how to do that. All right, got my cleaner here. Microfiber cloth. The only thing you gotta do is kind of clean up to about here on the inside. You can of course clean the outside when you put her back on, and the top of this you can clean even after it's on the bike. This is the most important part to get clean right here because you're not gonna be able to get in there after this is done. All right, so I'm taking the washer here that's already on the windscreen that came with it, and I'm not gonna use the other washers. I'll keep these as spares because there's nothing wrong with the washers I have now. I am gonna, however, use the rubber backers because the ones that I have look a little bit destroyed. I'm gonna start with the top here, and I'll put the backing here, the screw through with the washer on it already. I'm just gonna screw this on. Okay, got one on. I'm gonna get the other side here on. Remember not to forget the washers. That'll be a big pain if you do. Again, I'm just screwing the rubber on top of this thing, which the rubber kind of is malleable, so it doesn't screw in properly at first. You gotta really kind of hone it in. All right, that's good. Now we've got that kind of settled. Now we can put these two in and these four in. Now these last four have to go like this with this piece on there. This has to be the back to it. So these are gonna be an extra pain, I'm sure. Okay, and this is how it should look after it's all done. Now you can see it's probably sticking out maybe a hair of the bolt actually through the grommet. And you can see it's not sticking out there because we have this extra plastic piece here because they're all the same size screws. So I made it that about level with the end, and this one's sticking out just a little bit. And I did that even with all of them. You don't want to do it too loose because if you do it too loose, it'll start backing out. If you don't do it too hard, then it starts breaking things. So it's a nice balancing act. What I would say is if you ever plan on replacing this with another piece or replacing the windscreen again, just get these rubber grommets. They seem like they're very fragile and they could break at any time. Just grab a set. They probably cost $1 a piece. I'm not sure at Ducati, but I think that'll do it for that. Now all we gotta do is lubricate the grommet pieces right here, here, and here. And then we can stick her back on. Add a little bit of grease there, there, and there. Now this is all wrapped up and all we gotta do is install it back onto the bike the exact way it came off. Okay, and that's it, not looking bad at all. Looks like it's about a ½ inch taller than the stock windscreen. Let's see if I can get you a good angle here. It's a little bit taller, nothing crazy though. With today's parts, we're at a grand total of $9,903.50. And with a weight savings of 24.5 pounds after today. I put the difficulty of this at a 1 out of 10, extremely easy with the block off. And I put the windscreen probably at a 2 or 3 out of 10. Just takes a little bit of time to do. It's a little bit of annoying, but it's very easy to do. Now the windscreen did come with this. Let's see if I can get it right here on video. It's a rubber piece that goes to the top of the windscreen. You're supposed to glue it on there. I'm not gonna use it at all. I think it looks great the way it is. I'm gonna leave it. As far as mods go, I'm pretty much wrapped up with the exception of I'm supposed to be getting Ducati wheels still, and I'm supposed to be getting rear sets as well. Those are the two main things I'm waiting for other than a tank pad. That's why I have this masking tape on here, literally just waiting for a tank pad, the Ducati one to come back in, waiting for almost 6 months. Crazy, right? So that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.